coming to you live once again from Pelicamp in the armpit of Florida. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. I'm sorry that was the old intro, but anyway, hello everybody and greetings. I don't know why I'm not getting a. This is strange. Who is here? William Irizarry is here. Hello there. Hope everybody had a filling Thanksgiving. We did actually, and we still. I don't know if you can see, but we're getting some very cool colors. No, you can't really see them on the live stream. It is sunset time right now here at Pelicamp. That's why I started a little early, because it's going to get dark and I don't know how it's going to look. But I wanted to do it from the outside, you know. We've got Natalie Driscoll. Hi all, may not make it today. Have a work earlier than usual. Have a good evening, everyone. Well, hopefully you made it here to this early attempt. And if you look here to my right, to your left, we're using Starlink today, and even though we have less trees than we used to, you never know how the connection is going to be. So let me know if you can see me well, if you can hear me well. I'm using the laptop here outside. According to YouTube, we have an excellent connection, but you never know. Let me see if I can show you my surroundings here. Of course, we have a fire going here, but look at that sky with the pine tree. And of course, it looks a lot redder. You know, the colors look a lot more pink in real life than they do on camera. But it is actually quite magical out here today at sunset time. That's behind me. Look at that. Look at that sunset happening right behind me back there. Beautiful, and if you can tell, I'm wearing a hoodie, so we're not in South Florida anymore. Mr. CLT, what's the beverage for the night? Well, I'm having some Biscayne Bay Regatta, which I brought from Miami. I found it the other day in Miami. I'm like, let's try something new, and it's quite good. Nancy Fuller's sound and look great. Oh, thank you so much. And Donnie C, following your adventures from the Philippines. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. We spent it at my mom's. Actually went there early and put the bird in her oven, which I don't think she had ever used. And then we showed up and we did like cassava. We did it kind of like a Cuban Thanksgiving. We did yuca and. But we also did sweet potato, so it's kind of like a mix, it was a multicultural, and she invited her neighbor, and it was, we had a good time. Kelly Monroy, hello, Robert from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. And I know you guys celebrate Thanksgiving at a different date in Canada, but happy Thanksgiving. The Traveling Man, thank you for that super chat. Greetings, Traveling Robert and fellow Pelican heads from St. Albans, Queens, New York. Please say hello to my wife, Valerie. Thank you. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Welcome to the show one more time. Robert, what's the temperature there? Let me see what my phone thinks the temperature is. If I was inside, we had an obstruction a few seconds ago. Hopefully, it wasn't noticeable on the. Where's my weather 59 app here? 59, huh? 59 according to... Yeah, I don't have internet. I don't know why. Yeah, 59. That's what I'm getting to. So 59 according to my radar. And it's coming from Miami where it's been in the 80s. This is unseasonably cool for us. And Mark Shackleford, thank you for that super chat. Here's that six-pack promise. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Shacklefords, of course, we got to hang out with the Shacklefords in Alaska, not once but twice. We were like following each other, in Fairbanks and then in Homer. The Curtis family says that the man, the myth, the legend, traveling Robert. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And Kelly Monroy, what's the next adventure? Well, we're gonna stay in Florida for a while, probably until after the Tampa RV show for sure. And I was thinking of just staying in Florida, but man, we were watching a couple of videos from the West, from Quartzsite. Like people are starting to trickle into Quartzsite. I mean, namely Nomadic Fanatic. We're watching him, and I'm like, I want to go to Quartzsite. So, I mean, I'm gonna leave it to serendipity, like they say. Yeah, trailer traveling is a balmy 14 Fahrenheit here. I have a hoodie on too, under my winter coat. I would imagine in the great land of Canada, 14 Fahrenheit. Would that be like -10 in Celsius? I mean, in Celsius, or -8, something like that, right? Jean Aragon, 45. Jeffrey Reese, it's 40 degrees here in Carson City, Nevada. It's been cloudy here today, and this is the thing here in this area of North Florida. It's almost like Georgia, so it's a good. Well, right now it's probably a good 30 degrees colder than Florida, but on a normal day, it's usually at 10 degrees less hot, if you will. Pete Diaz, do you see the landslide in Alaska? I haven't been keeping up with the news, especially today. I just spent 8 hours. Actually, we broke our record. We made it here from Miami in 7 hours and 40 minutes, something like that. So, and we even got a traffic jam on I-75 by Ocala, and we stopped twice. Once for leftover turkey, and then another once to go to the bathroom and put gas. So, hello, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, domo. Craig Davis singing, traveling in my RV, even on Thanksgiving. Love the show, Robert. No, thank you so much. And Aggie Ziggy Stardust. Hello from Chicago. It's too cold already. Hopefully, I will live for warmer climates right after the holidays. Well, Chicago, my phone is reminding me that there is a live stream because my phone doesn't know that I started earlier. And hi, Robert, checking in from Oakhurst, California. Looking forward to seeing you in Yosemite. We are totally overdue to go back to Yosemite. So maybe next year, Garces on the road. Hello. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We can't wait. Well, hold on. I didn't click correctly. We can't wait for our RV to be out of the shop so we can enjoy our great boondocking weather. Your RV is still at the shop, man. Oh, man. So are you going to the Tampa show? We're looking forward to meeting you guys. Jeffrey Reese, and the sun has decided to come out just in time for sunset. Well, yeah, here's sunset. Actually, I see a full moon over there. I don't know if I can show you guys. Sunset happened like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago, but it's getting dark rather quick. But I still wanted to do, the live stream outside to, because otherwise it's always the same inside. Hello, Mr. Christopher Olson. Hello, people. Hope you're well. We're great, actually. I was getting the age to hedge, so I'm very happy to be at Pelicamp, and this probably for the following 2 weeks. We're just gonna be doing some improvement here. We need to get a shed for the tools and all that the one that the hurricane destroyed, and but other than that, Sandra Winners, greetings, traveling Robert. Have to say something, when you have the Minitini Lounge chat and request songs so you can sing. That one is called I Made It Through the Rain. I do know that one, believe it or not. I'm a child of the 80s, but I do like the 70s. Nancy Fuller, 53, in Southport, North Carolina. My son was here for Thanksgiving, but on his way back to Palm Harbor, too cold for him in North Carolina. Well, I do appreciate a little bit a cold from time to time. Like right now, I think Illy is it's a little too cold for Illy. You know, I told her she should sit next to our very healthy fire out there. And let me show you, since I should have done two cameras today, but I'm just gonna do handheld here. And can you see the moon back there? That's the moon, and that's the one of the pine trees that survived. Back there, I have the pine tree that is leaning. You can't see it anymore because it's too dark. I have a guy wire on it, like I put a ratchet, and I'm trying to force it back to a vertical position, but dicen que. Here we go. I shouldn't be moving the camera so much, just in case. Remember, we had like even sketchier internet. Anytime I moved the camera, we would go offline. Yeah, back in the day before cell phone boosters and all that. Young Dave, regarding the thumbnail title, it'll never look this way again. Well, that's a given, isn't it? It's like the Greek philosophers say, you can never step into the same river twice. That's quite correct. And we lost so many trees. I mean, this place looks completely different, but we got better get used to it, right? Because we cannot regrow those old growth oaks. So Robert is mooning us. Well, maybe I am, Jim. Can't wait for M24 so we can do karaoke again. Coco, Mary, thank you for that super chat. Hi, Robert. Hope you and the family are doing well. You are the best. I want to join to be the one of the producer. How should I go about it? Please send a shout out to Mario. Hey, Mario. And if you want to be an executive producer, there's two ways to do it. Either by clicking the join button and selecting the executive producer option, or on Patreon, patreon.com/traveling Robert. And hola, señor, desde Tucson, Arizona. We were also watching a video about Tucson, Arizona. Our friend Mark Guido of Grand Adventure. And yeah, it feels like everybody, all the cool kids are out west. So I don't know. I might make a big light after the Tampa show. I don't know. We'll see. Elisa Williams, I became a member soon as I seen your very first travel. Oh, thank you so much. How many trees lost? How much damage to Pelicamp? Well, damage that, like to the infrastructure, none. I mean, everything is perfect. But trees, I don't have an exact count, but like medium to large trees, we lost at least 10, I want to say. And then smaller trees, and then there was a couple of trees that, like, there was a tree back there that was leaning, like it was like an R, like a imagine the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, just half of it. That's what it looked like. So yeah. I told the guy, the Jonathan, super cool guy here, who helped me out with that. And now next week, what I'm getting is a guy, someone with a stump grinder is gonna grind all the stumps, because I'm gonna embrace the new open space, and probably make a new RV site right here where we had to, Mr. Roboto, I think quartzite is in your future. It is the way, man. It is the way. Road trips with Yogi. Have you had time to create new music? Well, if you have been watching the latest few videos, there's a couple of new tunes. There's Resurrection Bay, which I debuted in the Resurrection Bay video, in the Seward video. I did one for the northernmost point in the United States, Utqiagvik, which is called Utqiagvik. And of course, those are not available on Spotify or whatever Apple Music, whatever you consume music yet, but they will be. They will be very soon. I just need to figure out if whenever I'm done with the Alaska series, that I know that I'm not gonna compose any more music for Alaska. I'm gonna release an album with all the Alaska music. I think that's my plan. DG Robert, perfecta noche, luce muy buena. Espero que disfrutes junto a Ili. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's kind of chilly. I'm not gonna lie to you. And yeah, it's hold on. Jim in DC, happy Friday. Don't have any trees, but there are a few small plants here. Well, you are in DC, brother. The nation's capital. I mean, there are plenty of trees, but yeah, this is like the wild Florida forest here, and we're still getting a little bit of red up there in the sky, a little bit of a pink hue, but it's getting, as Mr. CLT put it, it's getting dark fast. Bob Leach, when traveling to the west, which interstate is preferred when traveling anywhere southwest, waiting to go across Texas into New Mexico from Tennessee and back? Any thoughts from you, sir? Well, if it is winter and there's any chance of snowstorms or whatnot, I would stick to I-10 in the south. And even if not, I-10 has kind of a special place in my heart because it was the first cross country road trip that I ever did. If you remember, my first 2018 trip cross country, I went west on I-10 and I came back on I-40 until there was like a snowstorm morning, and I made a beeline down to I-10 again. But either 10 or 40. And my last cross country trip, I actually took some of the back roads. I took one of the blue highways on the Oklahoma Panhandle, because sometimes you want to get off the interstate and get to see the small towns. We went to some really like remote small towns, Knox City, Texas, for example. I have a great picture that I have never published from Knox City, Texas, and it's like a 1950s car with the Texas flag and a decaying building. I just forgot to do it. Mr. Robato, I-7 wasn't, well, I-70, okay. I'm very in the lead here. If the most scenic drive, especially once you get past Kansas, it should be I-70. I-70 is a beautiful drive, but that's not the southwest anymore. That would be going to the west, going to Jim in DC. Any more thoughts to publishing your music on vinyl? I would love to. That was one of my dreams as a child to. I said when I started doing music, to because it's one of those vanity things. Cassettes I could record to, and then in the late 90s, CDs I could record to, but the only thing that I cannot record to myself is vinyl. So I would love to do it. It's an initial cost of is higher than CDs or just publishing online, but I might do it. I might do like a 1,000 copy run or something like that. I would love to have my music on vinyl. But the thing, vinyl, you can only fit what, like 25 minutes per side, and then you can fit more, but it decreases the quality and the audio level. So I might do it if enough people ask me to do it and tell me which are like my probably I could probably do like 12 tunes, my 12 greatest hits. Let's say do a double album, in which case it's gonna be. We'll see. G Photo Girl. Hi, Robert. Last week was my birthday. I spent it in Morro Bay and Cambria, California. Have you ever visited there? Ever so briefly. I would love to spend more time in Morro Bay and Cambria as well. But happy belated birthday to you. So yeah. I have been, but very briefly. Golden anniversary. Hello there. It's been a minute. With which of your journeys is your favorite for both you and Illy? I might have to say Alaska, because it's the most recent one, the one most in my memory.
Sedona was nice.
Well, yes, Illy likes. Yeah, Illy is telling me Sedona, and that was winter 2021. January, February 2021. Uh, and I drove. I did the Q21 meetup in Quartzsite, my favorite of all the Q21s, of all the Qs, the first one, and then Illy flew to Phoenix, and we spent like 2 weeks. We went to Sedona on a whim. We one day went to the Grand Canyon. It was all full of snow, and then we went down to Bisbee and Tombstone, and that's also another favorite trip. Robert, can you do pre-order for the vinyl? Well, if I'm gonna go into Spotify and Apple Music, and I'm gonna see what are my like 12 most popular tunes, the ones that you guys have listened to the most, and I might do. It's an initial cost, but it's not like that bad, and yeah, I'm gonna do it. Why not? Pete Diaz, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I didn't think that the awning lights were gonna be enough light to light me up here as it gets dark, almost pitch black. Look at the sky back there as it gets darker here. And here's Illy stoking the fire. Say hello. You can barely see her. So dark back there, but she's there, trust me. Mom is gonna show up any moment now here on the chat. Let me. Trailer Traveling. I heard the executive producer. Hi, Ileana Sanchez. Trailer Traveling says, Gord says hello.
Hi.
And Sherry Gardens all around. Sedona, Arizona, my favorite. Sedona is such a special place, such a beautiful area. And that's another reason why I want to go back to Arizona, because I do want to purchase Pelicamp West at some point. I love my Pelicamp East here. Or should I call? This one is always gonna be Pelicamp, like the original Pelicamp. But if I do one in Arizona, and I'm between Sholo and Williams, but I think I'm gonna go for Williams. It's such a more central location, even if it's a little more. So who knows? That's still like Travel Dreamer 46. Hello there. Hello, Fatima. And Bob Leach, sir, you often mention how the Starlink uses a lot of electricity. Do you think it uses as much or more than the refrigerator? It uses more. Yeah, especially the one that I actually today I'm using the original Dishi. I just for flexibility here that that we have some obstructions, but for the trip to Alaska, I have the one on the roof, the one that is permanently mounted, and that one has like an extra subunit. That thing consumes like 200 over 200 watts sometimes, and the refrigerator, as it is a power hog, but it's not as bad. But of course, here we are in Pelicamp. In Pelicamp, we are full hookups here. Henry Kosovsky, hi, traveling Robert. I think your next adventure should be Canadian Maritimes, Maine, Cape Cod, Newfoundland, Nantucket. Let's plan for next fall, like a year from last month. Like the only problem with the Northeast is they start closing the campgrounds. Memorial Day. Or is it Labor Day? One of the two. The one that happens in fall. They start
Day.
Labor Day, right? Good beer. it's getting dark here. Luckily, we have artificial lighting. So Henry, yes, definitely. I want to do the Maritimes and Maine and a little bit of. I would like to do it at a time when I can see the fall colors, but maybe we can do it like late summer. If this summer we do the Great Lakes, which I'm still planning on doing, we'll do it clockwise, like starting in Niagara Falls, American side, and go back and finish Niagara Falls, uh, Canadian side. Then we can go to Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City, and then do the Maritimes, and that will be like a great trip. If time was no object, of course. When will you be coming to Albuquerque from Jing Aragon? I would love to go very soon. And I want to think if we go out west now in early spring or late winter, Albuquerque will be one of those places. Yep. Maxine Oliver, a quick hello to you and Illy. And mom. Has anybody seen my mom? I'm not uh, from VVOG. No moon tonight. Yeah, there's a moon over Pelicamp tonight. It's behind some clouds. And it seems to be like a crescent, almost three quarters. Um, but yeah, there's a moon. Jim says hi.
Hi.
And young Dave, Sedona is a beautiful spot, but I like all the popular tourist places. It suffers from massive overcrowding. That's true. That's true, and we couldn't enjoy it fully. I mean, it was still kind of pandemic times when we were there, and we wanted to go to this winery, and they had like a very strict, amount of people that could be indoors inside the winery. So we couldn't go in, but we'll be back. We'll be back. From Mark Jones, hello, Robert Ely, moderators, and all you fellow Pelican heads. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. And now, time to get ready for Christmas and the massive snowbird exodus. Yeah, in a couple of weeks, if you just sit, next to I-75, you're just going to see more RVs than cars coming down to Florida. El Mandalorian. Someone's cooking something. Smells good.
Really good.
Yeah,
Like
my neighbor is like right there next to us. I mean, I haven't seen him in probably in a year because he doesn't come as often and I don't come as often, so we just don't coincide. But yeah, he's cooking something good. We're gonna have some Thanksgiving leftovers as you do. El Mandalorian, it is the way, brother. Did you do the Narrows in Zion National Park? Not yet. I did Angel's Landing, so. Kelly Monroy, KYD did a great Eastern Canada trip. Would be so awesome to see you do it as well at some point. And the Bay of Fundy has been on the bucket list for a very long time. Jim in DC, I did it. I winterized today. But I'm still threatening to roll the trailer south and fill the tanks. Let's have a moment of silence for all RVers who have had to winterize in the past month. Jim, head south, man. Don't let a little bit of snow, slow you down. Sandra Winners, traveling Robert, are you doing Minitini Lounge tomorrow night? Can I please sing that song Barry Manilow made it through the rain? I don't think I didn't bring the piano and I didn't bring anything to Pelicamp, but as soon as I get back to the Flagami studio, we're gonna do that. Brandon Stargell, happy Friday, and I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Yes, very happy. We had actually late lunch at my mom's, and yeah, she didn't tell me that she was gonna invite a friend and the neighbor, but she did, and it all turned out great. I did what we call a pavochon, which is a turkey, but we season it like as if it was a pork roast. You inject some of that seasoning with don't tell anybody with. We put lard in it, and it came out great actually. Travel Dreamer 46. How about checking out the Mogollon Rim? Yes, that's for Pelican West. Heather Overguard, beautiful, small, and not crowded. Yes, yet only 45 minutes from Sholo. Plenty of land available in the area too. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, definitely. I've heard of that area, and the thing with Sholo is kind of out of the way. I really like the area, and I would love to be neighbors with Nomadic and Camper Van Kevin and our friend Antrit. But if I can find something closer to places, like the Grand Canyon or closer to even Quartzites, I mean, I don't know. Jim Foster, you can tell winter is in Florida. All the license plates start to change. Yeah, we got from Michigan, Minnesota, from Ontario, a lot of Quebecois actually, a lot of Quebecois coming down. So we'll see. I mean, I haven't been to one of those snowbirds. I mean, Illy is really stoking the fire back there. Check it out. Now you can see her. Say hello.
They can see the fire. I don't think they can see me.
Well, the fire is kind of illuminating you with a very flattening, flattering glow. Not flattening, flattering.
Thank you, Robert.
Woo. Pete Diaz, no lard, no Cuban bread. That's true. Yep. Cuban bread has to be baked with lard. Bob Leach, just like Jim in DC, we winterized yesterday in Tennessee. Sad, very sad. I'm really sorry for you guys. I mean, here it might freeze once or twice this winter, but actually, this is kind of cold for us. Let me give you the weather report right now. I have a text message from the RVDJ. Okay, thank you, Sonia. I just saw it right now because. So we have one less moderator tonight, but we're still good. It still says 59 here in Perry, Florida. So, but I imagine here at Pelicamp where we are, it's probably a couple of degrees colder than the weather station in Perry. Let me see if I can see my weather station from here. No, I can't. It's I would have to go in there and actually. Arms Orion composite operator. Well, Robert had too many IPAs. But I'm here at Pelicamp. And my mom is not watching. I don't think so. We're gonna. Cheers. It's been a busy week, and it's gonna be a busy week here at Pelicamp. We start, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. We're gonna, there's like little twigs and branches and stuff everywhere. So that's what we're gonna be doing, and having some fun too. We haven't enjoyed Pelicamp as much as we thought we would. So definitely. Road trips with Yogi. Do you have a favorite song that you created, and have you ever played just those songs live, excluding Mini Tini Lounge? Not really. The only time I've played those live before a live audience, this old colleague of mine, David Oliva, he was playing at this restaurant. And of course, whenever I go to a place where David is playing, or wherever he goes to a place where I used to play, we invite each other on stage and sing a song or two. That's what musicians do, right? And he invited me up to the stage so I could sing a song. And then there was a viewer of the channel, from hey, you're traveling, Robert, this and that. And I'd never, it's like two different worlds. The music that I used to play as a musician in Miami, and my new life as a travel vlogger. So this guy recognized me on the crowd. Hey, you're traveling, Robert, and I did a little bit of "I'm riding in my RV." I just ad libbed it on the piano, but that's really the only time that I've played before a live audience, my own music. So yeah. So, is my mom here? Did I see somebody say hello to my mom? Jeffrey Di Bartolo says hello, Alma. Have you seen my mom? I don't see her here on my chat, but sometimes this is not the most reliable thing. But if my mom is here, everybody say hello to her. I don't see her. I don't see her on the chat, and I have live chat on. So, anywho. Patrice Scatolin, Montreal, Quebec City, first frost averages around October 10th, so I'm sure it's going to be cold by then. Might be better to do the other way around and start by Quebec before the Great Lakes. So do it like in early summer. We could do that too. Paul Siggers, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that fire is going. Just it's not the heat is not getting here. Let me read some of your other comments here. Pete, hold on. Bob Leach just returned from Grayton Beach. That's a great state park. Smuggled into Tennessee. A case of Cigar City, Florida, man. In your honor. It's great. I'm glad you like it. Jim in DC, you could brew a line of IPAs like Robert's Winterizer in a pink can. That's a great idea. Never let a good idea go to waste. Pete Diaz, have you ever seen bear signs at Pelicamp? My sister lives outside Tallahassee, and the bears try to get the trash all the time. Not here. We have deer. We have like wild pigs or boars. We have turtles, but I have not seen bear in this area. I don't think they're around. A young Dave Pelicamp looks like a candidate for a dark skies designation. I bet the Milky Way looks fantastic on a clear night. Well, my new neighbor across the street, he has like a compound there and has all kinds of lights. He's like a lot of artificial light, but we're far away enough that I think if I turn off everything, I would get a pretty decent dark skies here. We've had it. I mean, I've done some time lapses of the night sky that have looked quite nice. So yeah, we don't get too much light pollution from Perry out here. We're a good 12 miles from Perry proper. So yeah. Trailer traveling. With this lighting, you look like a floating head. Ooh, wait till I put a flashlight. Hold on. Let's try something cool. Hello there. I don't look like a floating head anymore, but I look kind of... never mind. How long do you estimate the Great Lakes loop will take you? I haven't done like much research on this, believe it or not. But a rough estimate, I'd say 2 months, 2.5 months, especially because I want to spend some time in the Ohio area. I want to go back to Put-in Bay and maybe even go back to Cedar Point, even though I'm not as much into roller coasters anymore. And kind of do some of the Great Lake cities like Chicago, Milwaukee, the North Shore of Lake Superior there in Minnesota, and we'll see. I haven't really. This is one of those things that I haven't done any research on. This is just like we're early days in the planning for this, if it even happens at all. Hello from Chincoteague Island, an annual trip for my oldest daughter birthday. Would you mind singing a quick happy 15th birthday to Aubrey? Hello, Aubrey. Happy birthday, dear Aubrey. Happy birthday to you. Sweet 15th. I am Nicole. Hello, cheers from New Jersey, and happy Thanksgiving. Question: what are your plans for the solar eclipse in April? We'll be in southern Illinois in the path of totality. Believe it or not, I haven't made any plans yet. I I know where I want to go. I want to do it like somewhere in southern Texas, southwestern Texas. But I'm thinking of just finding a place to stop for an hour, just minutes before the I haven't made any reservations. If I can find a reservation, it's also gonna go in Ohio. I might just call our friends the Forest in Ohio and tell them, "Hey, can I crash for the night?" I don't know, but I haven't really. And I want to be flexible, like I did back in 2017, and be flexible and just follow the weather. If it's gonna be cloudy in southwestern Texas, maybe Missouri is gonna be the place to go. And it's and everybody say hello to my mom. Hello everyone. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had an excellent time together. Have a blessed weekend. Love, mom. There we go. Cheers, mom. Says Tony, 325 watching and only 119 likes. Hit that like button. Yeah, it says 338. It's I guess everybody, it's the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. And I was gonna do a big Black Friday video like things RVers want or need, but I didn't finish it, so we're gonna do it some other time. But before Christmas, I'm gonna do like one of those top tens or top. I'll do like top 11 just to be different. And thank you, Sandra Winners, for that super chat. Hi, Traveling Rob. Would you do it often at the Minitini Lounge on Saturday night? Because I love all your songs that you sang at Minitini Lounge. We'll do it when we get back to Miami because I don't have the equipment here to do a Minitini Lounge. We just came to Pelicamp to get a little bit of work done, and that's about it. Ask Remy is at rest area. Well, whereabouts are you in Florida right now? I know Remy sent me a text a few hours ago telling me his whereabouts, and I'm assuming he's gonna spend the night at a rest area at an undisclosed location. So. Maxine Oliver, slow enough traffic to say hello, mom. Hey, you're in traffic. Uh, we got a little bit of traffic on I-75 coming up here, but is the land still affordable in your area? Well, compared to Joey Bags, entrepreneur, compared to other areas, yes, it is. It is, of course, at least twice what I paid for this in 2020. It is at least twice. So, but there's still some land. Yeah. Remy is 2 hours from Naples, and you're driving all the way, man. You can drive a long time, right? Because yeah, you drove almost the entire length of the state of Florida today, like I did, but and don't you love dead air here when I am looking at the messages and not. Bucks Burning is an acquired talent, Fatima, not for the faint of heart. What are we talking about? Strangers. And my mom says love and cherry blossoms to everybody. Tampa I-75 is nominated as the craziest drivers. Oh, you haven't been to Miami yet, have you? Yeah, you have. I think every big city, especially in the southeast, is like Atlanta is like crazy too, but coming out of Miami, wasn't really Miami. I think it was by could it be Orlando? We had some crazy drivers in Orlando.
It was almost here. The guy with the tractor?
Well, yeah, the guy with the tractor, yeah. Crossing US 19. There are crazy drivers everywhere. What can you do? Travel Dreamer, thank you for that super chat. She says, "Good fire, Illy." Actually, Illy's fire is dying.
It is dying.
We need more combustible material. And Amy Robinson, thank you for that super chat. Hey, Robert, putting um, a spoon over faucet for 30 seconds, then putting on a mosquito bite will kill the proteins that cause itchiness. Really? Actually, when we got here, the bugs were really bugging us, but right now it's not bad at all. It's cooling down. As you can see, I'm like you can't really see anything but my head because it is pitch black outside. It's pitch black back there. I think I4 is worse. I4 is pretty bad. Yeah. I4 going through Orlando especially. It's I haven't done it in a while, but Taj Madik, where are you from? Well, I was born in the island of Cuba many moons ago. But yeah, John Eckert. Hi, Robert. Hi again, Robert. Are you familiar with Harvest Host? What do you think of them? When it works, it's great, but keep in mind, it doesn't always work. So I always try to have a plan B because the day will come when you show up at the Harvest Host and they have no room for you. So, or the place is closed or they don't answer. But when it works, it could be a fantastic experience. So, yeah. Nash agrees with me that Miami has the worst drivers. Yeah, Miami is pretty legit. Hot Mario Douglas, hot or cold weather? Well, I prefer cool weather, like right now. Actually, I wouldn't mind. Too hot, sometimes it's too hot to be outside. Too cold, my hands freeze and it's kind of uncomfortable. But Jim, this is having some hot apple cider. Pete Diaz, going home to Key West tomorrow. I dread the traffic nightmare on the Keys. I'm sure you know that. Yeah, and tomorrow might be pretty bad. It's Saturday going down to the Keys. I don't know. Good luck. I4 is just a big car park these days. Will it ever get better? I doubt it. I doubt it very much. Eh, Trailer traveling. I take my 14 Fahrenheit. You can keep your bugs. Yeah, let me tell you. Uh, Now that it cooled down, actually, I don't see any more bugs here. And winter is a wonderful time here at Pelicamp. Sometimes it will freeze, not down to 14 Fahrenheit. It may go down to the 20s. That's the lowest it gets here. Enough to freeze your pipes, but not much else. Nice fall weather for a campsite. Yeah, fall has finally arrived here at Pelicamp. And the campfire is there. It's not like a raging fire or anything like that, but I bet you if we sat closer to it, uh, it'll be warm and nice and cozy. We might jump over across the street to our neighbors actually after the live stream. I can't believe how dark it got. Yeah, this is and this is the thing. I used to have more lights here for when we had like company or I used to have those string lights or whatnot. But um, we're still in the hurricane aftermath here. After we have a shed and we have somewhere to put stuff, I'm gonna make this look pretty again. But yeah. Mr. Roboto, have you had a chance to ride the Bright Line train up to Orlando? Maybe a new episode, Traveling Robert. I thought about it. Um, it's a little pricier for what it is. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it for the experience. Our friend, actually, I don't know. I don't think it's in the chat today. This traveler, which was by the way the OG patron for the OG executive producer for Traveling Robert.
A moderator too.
Yeah, the original moderator too, the first one. Uh, he actually wrote it today. Was it today? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. I thought he was going to show up at my house. I'm like, yeah, sure. No, he was took it up to. I mean, I was doing Thanksgiving. He took it up to Fort Lauderdale and back, and he gives it a C, just a grade, just because he got a really good deal on it. But he didn't think it was worth it if he had to pay a full price. But I still want to do it, and I'm gonna see if I can get a deal on first class because that's just like the experience, right? If I'm gonna do coach, I mean, I might as well just drive. I mean, it's not that long a drive from Miami to Orlando. It's what, 4 hours? It's no big deal. But if I can get a deal on like the experience, I will do it. 390 Wagon Master, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. From cold Salt Lake City, Utah, 33 degrees. 33 is the magic number. Cheers from Brady. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to go back to Utah. But I hear Salt Lake City gets kind of cold this time. I'm really cracking up about something. I don't know what. Hot water on spoon, then on mosquito bite. Cool. Do you have any gators there? Might sneak up on you. I don't really have any close body of fresh water. If I was by the Holloway River or one of the rivers here close by the Stinghatchee River, well, I would get a little more worried because any body of fresh water in Florida can potentially have gators. But we're not. We're closer to the Gulf, and I don't think we have any like predators here. Not really. El Mandalorian. I'd rather take I-95 and Turnpike at Jupiter. Yeah, today we took the Turnpike all the way just because we wanted to arrive here as early as possible. Actually, we broke our own record, but actually, I'll take I-95 to Fort Pierce. To where they separate, and there's a really nice Love's truck stop there, and then just take the Turnpike because the Turnpike does save you a lot of time because it goes diagonally through the spine of Florida. Nash, Robert, have you considered putting a steel storage container in Pelicamp? They are great for storage and converting into a tiny home. Um, I did have a small shed from Home Depot that just blew up in the hurricane. But that's what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to get one, see how soon they can get it delivered here, and 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 later on I want to do like a tiny home. They have this like 40 by 8. I think they're 40 by 8 or 40 by 10 structures that they sell you, and then you can partition it inside or do whatever you want. So kind of that's kind of the idea what we're gonna do. But tomorrow we're gonna get a shed, probably a 6 by 10. I think that's the size, a 6 by 10, just to put our tools. Something to have. Because right now we don't have anywhere to put our tools. So the RV DJ, please don't forget to do thumbs up. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. There are fiddler crab there, I seem to recall. Yes, there are. And I even think they have like a fiddler crab festival somewhere around here. But yeah, they could be dangerous. Fiddler crab. They're like this big, right? Young Dave, I've seen crocodiles have been making comeback in Florida. They're a little more scary than gators to me. I think so too. But I haven't seen any around this area. No bears, no gator, That lives only Bigfoot. No, we don't have mountains, so Bigfoot would be in mountains, right? And this is flat. I'm back. Yeah, even though Starlink is not as obstructed as it used to be anymore, we still get like some of those outages here. Yeah, we're back. We're back, and we're gonna be here for another 20 minutes or so. Yeah, Bigfoot stepped on Starlink. What can you do? Heathen, we have Bigfoot in southern Arkansas near Texarkana. Really? Cool. Locked up too many IPAs. Well, that may be true. A good evening, Robert, and everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing great. Yes, of course, Bill in Utah. And where are you these days? Still in Utah? Any armadillos at Pelicamp when I camped in Florida? Hearing them rustling around my campsite in the middle of the night freaked me out. I've never seen armadillos in Florida. I know I've seen them in out west, but Bigfoot knocked out the antenna. Really, yeah, it's Elon's fault. Everything is Elon's fault. Thank you, Jim. Exactly what I think. Yeah. I think it's the hurricane's fault. Had the hurricane knocked down this pine tree up here, I mean, I would have been really sad, but we would have had great internet. So, did Robert pause the video? No, I think we're back. I'm pretty sure we're back. I mean, we lost a lot of viewers. We're down to 149. So during that, I guess attention span. A lot of people, 30 seconds of no video. Woo, everybody goes. You should play for New Year's and Christmas this year. Your trip to New York City 10 years ago from Florida to New York City. It's awesome. The music is great. The video quality is great for the time. Yeah, and I would love to go back to New York for Christmas. It was brutally cold that year that we went, as it probably always is. But am I still frozen? It says somebody says 3 day RV. My connection is for just refresh your feed. Of course, if his connection is frozen, he's not gonna be able to listen to me saying that. Sherry gardens all around. We finally solved Starlink issue by putting the dish so high up that it can be obstructed. Well, yeah, if I had like a 30-foot pole, yeah, that would be perfect. Rock Island State Park sold tons of armadillos. I guess armadillos are more common in Missouri too, and Jim in DC at the Cape. I guess armadillos are a lot more common. Do you see a wildlife coming? It's so dark that if something was to come. Robert, which stops do you recommend in Virginia? I don't know. Virginia is one of those states that I haven't done as much. I like Shenandoah National Park. I mean, it really depends on what you want to see. But Natural Bridge, I really enjoy doing that. Um, but they haven't done all that much in Virginia, believe it or not. Virginia Beach, haven't been there, but yeah, actually, there's this town. What's it called? And we froze again. I don't know what's going on. Let me see my. Yeah, for some reason now all of a sudden we're getting
Outages.
Starlink outages. I don't know what's going on. Could it be mosquitoes, landing on the dish? I don't know. But for some, this one wasn't as bad as the previous one. But yeah, we're getting some pretty bad outages on Starlink here. I think Elon doesn't like me. I think that's what it is. But we're back. We're back. We are and we don't have that much of a delay, believe it or not. The stream is just a few seconds behind, which is. Speaking of Utah, you should do a video on Bryce Canyon, Robert. I was there in May. Amazing sights. I've been there, and and I did a video almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago. But we were at Bryce Canyon for like 3 hours. Go back. Christopher Olson, thank you all. Hope you had an amazing week and good night. Good night, Christopher. Thank you for being here. I know it's late where you are. Virginia Stops, Natural Breeze, Luray, Cinco Teague Island. Oh, of course, Cinco Teague Island, and yeah, that was another great stop that we did. Also, Cape Charles, there you go. So Garces on the Road says, thank you for all the recommendations. And Robert, now that you have been to Alaska 2 times, we watched all your videos. Would you travel to Alaska in a 45-foot Class A? The touristy part of Alaska? Yes. Just take it easy on those last 100 miles of the Alaska Highway. And I would stick to Fairbanks, Denali, and the Kenai Peninsula. That's it. I wouldn't go on any of the other roads. I know if we watch that channel, Big Truck, Big RV, Big Travel. What's their name?
Big Travels, no?
Big Truck, Big Travels. Yeah, they just did a trip in Alaska, and they did it in a Super C, and they went on all the crazy roads. Maybe because they have a 4x4 Super C, but if you have like a Tiffin Allegro bus, 45-footer or a Numar, I wouldn't put it through the worst roads. No, I wouldn't. I mean, it might survive, but yeah, no. Luray Caverns in Virginia were surprisingly good. It looks like a tourist trap, but the caves tour was great. There you go. I mean, so many places that I haven't visited or even heard of. I mean, Luray Caverns I've heard of, but it's not even on the short list. It's one of those places where I'm sorry. I mean, in my planning in my head, if I'm in the area, I'm gonna look for what's around it, and if I'm nearby, I'll do it. But any plan of visiting Eureka Springs, Arkansas? I would love to visit. Yes, I would love to visit. So when they travel south from Jersey, there's called snow crabs. Will we see you at Camp Winnebago in July? There's a very good chance. Yes. How do people survive the brutal winters in Alaska? Did you see any Class A on the Alcan? On the Alcan, yes. On the Dalton or the Denali, no. Class A's on the Alcan, yeah, plenty of. There were plenty of Class A's in Alaska for sure. Garces on the Road, yes. Big RV, Big Travels did one trip with their semi and fifth wheel a while back, and they just finished another with a Class C. Yeah, I've been watching them. We were in Alaska at the same time. I'm surprised we didn't bump into each other. El Mandalorian, I agree with your recommendations based on your Alaska trip. Car Museum in Luray, pretty good. Big Truck, Big Travels, awesome to watch. Yeah, and he's surprisingly funny. And yeah, we actually, Ilya and I have enjoyed watching their whole Alaska series, and see what we missed. And we even, because they went to Alaska like 2 months before we did, when it was still winter. So we even did certain things based on their recommendation and based on what they had done. Like we wouldn't have done the board tide if it wasn't because they were talking about a board tide. I'm like, and that day we were watching that video and we were in Anchorage, and we're like, we're right here. Let's go see if there's a board tide within the days we're gonna be here. And Jimmy DC, loves of caverns along I-81. Luray is definitely the big dog of the neighborhood. There you go. We'll have to do that sometime. By the way, it's getting uncomfortably, uncomfortably chilly here.
My fire is good.
Ely's fire is great. Am I gonna lose the internet if I try to check the temperature right now? I mean, it says 58, but it feels like 50, to be honest about it. Maybe it's the humidity. Pete Diaz, do you prefer a towable or would you rather have a drivable RV, or does it depend on the trip? Well, obviously, when I decided to get a towable, it was all about, price, money. Of course, you can. Minitini was less than 20 grand when I bought it, the original Minitini, and the cheapest drivable is probably one of those Thor Four Winds, which is still 80 grand these days. So it's a big price difference. At some point, I want to have a drivable, as many of you know. I want to have a small Class C. So that's the goal. That's the goal. So. And Bob Leach, not familiar with Big Truck. They're a YouTube channel. Just search and tell them I sent you so I can get my commission. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just an admirer. I don't even know the guys. I haven't even ever contacted them. But Big Truck, Big Travels, and they're an awesome couple. Man, this stuff is good.
It's a double IPA.
Biscayne Bay double IPA. Yep.
Look at that.
We're definitely not driving to nowhere goal tonight. Yeah, look at that. That's Ely's fire. It's coming along great. The camera won't focus for some reason, but it's there. You guys can see it. I should do like Sonia and just point the camera at the fire. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
No.
I'm gonna do like Sonia and point the camera at the fire and keep talking to you guys. How many windshield repair places in Alaska? I'm sure there are many. I didn't get. I got one. Okay, Ely's telling me to point the camera at myself. So, we did get a chip in the glass in Colorado, of all places, and I bought a repair kit somewhere in Wyoming. But we never repaired it. We never needed to do it, and the chip in the glass is still there. It gives it character, and it hasn't grown. If it starts growing, of course, it's 26 with no in the lawn. Oh no, that's no good, Bill and Livy. Mr. Robot, I'm starting to think a trip to Alaska is very possible in a Class A motorhome. I absolutely think so. Yeah. I mean, as I said, I wouldn't take it on the real wild part of Alaska, but if you stick to Fairbanks, Anchorage, the Kenai Peninsula, yeah, but they have a 4x4 Super C, big truck, big travels. So. Garza Sandoro, Los Perdidos were at the Midnight Sun Festival. I thought at some point you were running to them. I thought so too. Yeah, I didn't know that. We had been talking to each other like on the way to Alaska, but we didn't know that we were there at the same time, and we probably would have run into them. Yeah. So. El Mandalorian, Class C is cool, but your total parked. You did some pretty wild four-wheeling. Well, yeah. That's the good thing about having the truck, but the perfect Class C that I want, or C minus or B plus, it's built, but it's somewhere in between a Winnebago View and a Winnebago Echo. Let's call it a Winnebago View on a Ford Transit 4-wheel drive. There's a thought. No slide. If they made that RV, that would be. By the way, Hart, thank you for becoming a chief Pelican head. Thank you so much. Mr. Robato says the Dalton Highway is an option. Great, LOL. Well, I mean, you can do it. You'll make it. Your cabinetry may not make it, or yeah, but you'll probably make it. It's How was the Cuban turkey from Paul Seegers? We overcooked it a little bit just because my mom didn't tell me she was inviting other people. So the turkey was ready like at 1 p.m., but we didn't eat until 3. So, I just lowered the temperature and left it there. So I think had we eaten it at around 12:31, it would have been a lot juicier. I mean, it came out great. Great flavor. And it wasn't dry at all, even though we overcooked it a little bit. So, yeah. Young Dave, that steep road in Seward, it couldn't have been as scary as the Schaefer Trail, could it? No, it wasn't as scary as the Schaefer Trail, just because I didn't have a cliff, right next to me. Okay, that's the one problem with Starlink. Sometimes it just goes. Uh, Random Adventure 2.0. You may have said it already, but do you? What was that? Do you have plans to go to Quartzsite this year? I might go. Maybe not just during the Quartzsite show. I might go a little off season, a little later. And I'm out of IPA, so we're going to start wrapping this one up. I'm glad many of you decided to stick around even through the interruptions, but here I am, baby. Come and take me. Here I am. When your doctor books and says if there's anything you are wanting to do, you better get out and do it. That can only mean one thing: hook up the trailer and go. Yeah. Starlink to the rescue. Not actually, AT&T was working pretty good, but the upload speed was really slow. That's why I decided to. And this thing doesn't want to focus on me now. That's why I decided to do Starlink. Although Starlink is Starlink, right? If we were in the middle of the desert in Quartzsite, it would work perfectly. But here, if you have like a small twig, blocking the signal, poof, that's it. All right, everybody, I'm going to start wrapping this up. Thank you so much for... Why is this thing not... Maybe because it's too dark. Now it's in focus. Thank you for being here, and thank you for choosing to spend your Friday evening with us. I'll see you next Friday, probably same time, most likely same place. We're going to be here in Pelicamp for a few days. So... and I'll see you Sunday for the premiere of the next video, which I'm sure is going to be great. I made it, so. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. 'Cause I'm riding in my... I didn't bring my guitar. Wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free. In my RV. Oh, before we go, look who's here, Alan Chitwood. We have to visit you at Lard, California, one of these days. Until next time, thank you for watching. See you on the road. See you next Friday, and we're gonna have a good time. Bye, everybody.